So a very warm welcome to one and all again, and very good evening and good morning, according to from where you are joining. Today's webinar is on a date with your brain. So we often think about our health, our wellness, but the question is, how often do we think about our brain, right? So today's webinar is about this only, and we have with us Dr. Shital Mehta, and this webinar is brought to you by Heartfulness and Brighter Minds. Heartfulness is non-profit organization, and we are present in 160 countries. And Brighter Minds is one part of Heartfulness, and it is based on neuroscientific studies and researches that we work on cognitive abilities of not only children and youth, but also for adults. And we are here with you. And Dr. Shital Mehta, I'm very happy to introduce you to her because she is very passionate person in this field. And she is from Hamad Medical Corporation from Doha, Qatar. And today she is joining us to throw some light on this. We welcome you, Dr. Shital. Thank you for taking your time out. I will be your host for today. My name is Surabhi, and I'm a cognitive coach with Brighter Minds. And in Brighter Minds, we have trained more than 40,000 children and many adults as well. But personally, I have trained more than 200 adults, more than 200 facilitators who are working in this field. 1,000 plus children have been trained personally by me and my team. And we have spent almost 35,000 plus hours in this field. And from Heartfulness, I have been associated for last 25 years. And this organization, this technique, this Heartfulness, various interventions, various techniques of Heartfulness have brought real transformation in me, and that is why I volunteer for it. Today we have few guest of honors like Colonel Sudhir Singh Rathod ji. He is here, and he is from Army background. I will be introducing him to you. He is 4th generation Army officer, having diverse and rich experience. He has contributed as Joint Director in EME training, and he has got many awards and recognitions in his field. He is very much interested into music and many other things, and he will be sharing about himself more. We welcome you, Dr. Colonel Sudhir. We welcome you here. We have with us Mr. Amit Kumar, who is working as a solution architect at TCS, and he has more than 17 years of experience, and he loves music and reading. We have with us Dr. Mamta, who has 36 years of rich experience in medical field. She is very active member in Lions Club for serving humanity as chairperson in medical field. She has been associated with pathology and very passionate in this neuroscientific field. So we are taking this webinar ahead. The agenda will be, we will be learning about our cognitive abilities, as all of you have got in mail few things about our cognitive abilities, and then we will have a panel discussion, and then you can have your questions. So let's start with a game. For this webinar, we have a wonderful game for you. So I hope you will be able to follow me. But my job as facilitator will be to confuse you. Okay, so I will be confusing you, but your job is not to get confused. All right, does it make sense? Okay, so in your right hand, when I say 1, you will take your hands up. One hand up, right hand up. 1. When I say 2, put it down. When I say 3, take it up. When I say 4, take it down. When I say 5, take it up again. When I say 6, take it down. I repeat, 1 is up, 2 is down, 3 is up, 4 is down, 5 is up, 6 is down. Keep observing yourself, right? Whether your hands listen to you, right? Then take your left hand. When I say 1, take it up. 2, take it at shoulder level. 3, take it down. 4 is up. 5 is shoulder level. 6 is down. Okay, so left hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are ready for the game, right? So when I say 1, so you have to observe your hands and see where it is going. You know where right hand should go, where left hand should go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was there any number 7? No. Only 6. Once more. All right. So when I say 1, you know that both of the hands should go up. When I say 2, then
left hand will come front and right hand will go down.
Right. Left hand will be at shoulder level and right hand will be down. 3.
Up, but left hand down.
Correct. 3, left hand down, right hand up. Then 4. What should happen at number 4? Just observe yourself whether you are able to do it. Right? So keep this exercise and observe yourself. Okay. So this is one task that you can, have after webinar as well. Okay. So now we are moving ahead. I'll share my screen with you. So brain is an incredible organ, as all of us know, right? And whatever we think, whatever we do is basically some ability in the brain. What is cognition? Because today's webinar is about it only. So what is cognition? Cognition is basically what we sense through our all 5 senses to what translation our brain does to understand, right? So what we hear, what we feel, what we see, whatever we smell, translation of that to what we know is basically cognition, right? So let us understand more from Dr. Shital how to maintain our cognitive health, because whatever we do, whatever we think is basically some ability of the brain. And it's very, very important to keep your cognitive health, keep your cognitive wellness very, 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 very high, because that is what gives you performance. This is what is, contributing to our day-to-day life, efficiency. So let us understand from Dr. Shital. Dr. Shital, we would like to understand from you what is cognitive health, what is brain's health. Please share with us.
So first of all, thank you, Suchya, for starting the session with an interesting game. I think that forms a very nice platform for my talk. And I think at the end of the session, everyone is going to understand very well why it's important to take care of your cognitive health. So before I start about brain health, a little bit detail about the brain anatomy and function, since we are talking about brain health. I know this is a confusing side a little bit, but I would like to explain it in a simple way. So if you see here, on the right-hand side, there is a picture of a brain that is a cerebral cortex in the 4 colors, and down there is a brainstem, and then there is a cerebellum, the purple shade. So this is the basic structure of the brain. And in the cerebral cortex, there are again 4 lobes, and each lobe has a specific function. Like the frontal lobe, which is mainly responsible for your motor activity, for your movements, and also for cognition, which you'll be seeing later. Parietal lobe is mainly for your language, for your attention, and for your sensory perception. The temporal lobe is mainly for processing the auditory information of what you hear, what you listen. And the occipital lobe is mainly responsible for your visual processing. So these are the 4 main lobes in each cerebral cortex. There are 2 cerebral hemispheres. And in the frontal lobe, the interior part of the frontal lobe also has this prefrontal cortex, which is a highly developed brain structure in human beings, and that is responsible for higher cognitive functions. If we talk about the brainstem is mainly for your vital functions related to your respiration, your regulation of your heart rate, for digestion. And then the cerebellum is mainly for your fine motor movements, coordination, and balance. Other than this, there are many other complex structures also beneath the cerebral cortex, which are related to regulation of your emotions, for memory, and even for releasing certain hormones, which play a very important role in our body. So after this brief explanation about the human brain anatomy, what is brain health exactly? So brain health is preservation of the optimal integrity of the brain function across 4 major domains. And which are those 4 major domains? One is the motor function, the ability to move or how we control our movements. The second is the sensory function, the ability to feel or respond to sensations of touch, pressure, pain, temperature, etc. And the third one is the emotional or the behavioral function, which is the way we feel, respond, interpret emotions. And the fourth, the major domain, which is the talk of today, is the cognitive function. And this all together, in the absence of any brain disease, is what we call as the brain health.
Thank you, Dr. Shital. Thank you so much. So it's really important for us, very vital for us to understand whether we are healthy, as from perspective of cognitive health. So how do we know what is our condition of mind? Like, we know that, okay, this is our level of working and all, but how to understand whether it is, declining, or it is going high, or it is going up? Because as we age, all of us know that our physical strength is not that much that used to have be in youth, right, in when we were younger. So, and brain is a part of our body, so of course its abilities also to not to that extent when we were in youth, right? So how to understand? And often contributed to age, but yes, because of lifestyle, because of which area we are working, because of n number of factors, there may be impact on our cognitive ability. So how do we know that it is being impacted and we need to do something, some alarm through which we understand that, okay, now we need to be more careful about our cognitive wellness? Any input from your side, how to check signs?
So I think before we talk about the science, let us first understand a little bit about the cognitive health. So what is cognitive health? Cognitive health is basically the ability of the brain to gather the information, process it, store it, and then use it for performing the day-to-day tasks. So it is as simple as thinking, learning, and remembering. That's what traditionally it is called as. But we look into more details of the cognitive function, or even it's called as cognitive skills. And what are these cognitive functions? Because cognitive health is nothing but optimum cognitive skills, acquiring optimum cognitive skills. So if we have this cognitive skills, definitely we are going to be called as cognitively healthy. So what are the cognitive functions? I think all of us are aware of it. The first and foremost is attention. So what is attention? You focus on a particular task, and that is you are gathering information from the environment through your senses. The second one is memory, which is recall information. Third is learning. By attention, by memory, you learn. The fourth is the reasoning. By using your reasoning, your logical reasoning, you can generate new ideas in your brain, and you can also solve the problems. The fifth one is auditory processing. As I already mentioned, the processing of the information through the hearing part. And visual is the processing of information by the way we see. There's another one which is processing speed. That is the ability of how you're performing the task, with how much speed you're performing a task efficiently. So all these are the basic cognitive functions. And in fact, all of them are interrelated. Like, let me give you a very simple example of attention and memory. So when you're attentive, you're focusing on a task, right? You're gathering that information and sending it to your brain. Now, that is developing into a memory, a short-term memory, which then consolidates and forms into a long-term memory. But if you're not attentive, imagine what is going to happen. You're not even going to form that short-term memory. So this is how all the cognitive skills are interrelated. And the beauty is that this basic cognitive skills are going to lead you into higher cognitive functions, and which is the predominant function of the prefrontal cortex, the most developed part of our brain. And what are those functions? That's about your problem solving. By developing the basic cognitive functions, you develop the higher cognitive functions, which are problem solving, planning, decision making, and sometimes even multitasking. So this is all about the cognitive abilities, the cognitive skills, or the cognitive function, and all of them are important for our cognitive health, because I think without these abilities, I don't think we'll be able to live our lives, to perform in our jobs. So it's an essential part of our day-to-day life. That's what I would like to say for the cognitive health.
Yeah. Yeah, and concentration and attention is the base, because unless we pay attention to something, unless we focus, how will we retain? That's very
Starting
important.
point.
Yeah, starting point. And what we are realizing after, new normal, that distractions are that many, that not only adults, but also children, because we are connected with many schools and principals and teachers and even parents. They share with us that, concentration and focus, attention span is something which has reduced. Distractions have increased. Digital distractions are many more, right? So even how to improve attention span in children, focus in children is very important part, because they are growing. So it's important to understand for us as adults, but also for children, it's very important. So Dr. Shital, would you like to throw some light on how skills decline in adults? Like, how do we build cognitive reserve, and then what is cognitive reserve basically, and then how does it build, and then how does it decline?
So I think the restart program, which we are going to talk about today, is basically based on this cognitive reserve. And cognitive reserve actually is a hot topic of research these days. And what exactly is the cognitive reserve? It is like your bank balance. You are reserving your cognitive abilities so that your brain can cope up with the future age-related cognitive decline, or be it disease-related cognitive decline. So it is basically, it's a store for you. You are reserving your cognition, your cognitive abilities, so that it will be helpful for you in the future. And this cognitive reserve can initially be built up by many factors, because there are certain brain connections which happen due to various factors, like the level of education you have, the level of occupation, how engaging your occupation is, how you are interacting with the society, what is your basic level of intelligence. So this all can help to determine your cognitive reserve. Plus, there are many activities like the brain gym, which we'll be talking about, can also help you to improve the cognitive reserve. And cognitive reserve basically lies on the idea of neuroplasticity. And what is neuroplasticity? It is the ability of the brain to adapt or change its structure and function in response to any experience, be it a stress or a disease. So this in turn will lead to either the formation of new neurons, or it can strengthen the existing neural connections. Initially, it was thought that the adult brain is not malleable, it's not plastic, like as compared to children. And usually the plasticity stops after 25 years of age. But now neuroscience has proved that the adult brain, even after the age of 25, can continue developing new neurons and strengthening the neural connections. So this is the base of the cognitive reserve. Like, how can we improve a cognitive reserve? Is by strengthening through different techniques, different training exercises, our neural connections, and even leading to the formation of new neurons. So that is basically about the cognitive reserve. Talking about cognitive decline, we all know that as we age, definitely some amount of decline is going to happen after age of 65 or 70. But the issue is nowadays we are seeing that cognitive decline is occurring at an early age, somewhere in 40s or so. So what can be the reason? And there are numerous studies which have shown light on that if your cardiovascular health, your heart health, if it is impaired, especially increased risk of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, that can increase the risk of cognitive decline by almost 30%. So this shows the impact of lifestyle measures which can have on our cognition. And that's the idea here today why we have gathered is to make sure that we have a healthy lifestyle, we are proper wellness, we follow proper wellness, and that can be an important factor to improve our cognitive reserve. So cognitive decline usually now is seen at an early age. And again, it is a continuum between your normal age-related decline and what we see, the more serious one, which is dementia. Like dementia is a serious disease, a neurodegenerative disease, where you tend to lose your memory, you forget, and even your day-to-day activities are being affected. But we are not going to reach to that stage. We pick up somewhere at mild cognitive decline, and then we work on how to improve our cognitive reserve. So if we talk about the signs of cognitive decline, mild cognitive decline, initially it starts with you try to forget things, important events, right? You take a longer time to find the right word for some things. This might be happening occasionally with us, but if it is persistent, yes, then it's a matter of worry. Even losing the thread of conversations, you're talking and sometimes you forget what you're talking, right? So that is a sign. You become overwhelmed if you are given a new task to perform or if you are supposed to make a decision, right? You become easily distracted. Sometimes you become impulsive. So these are the signs of mild cognitive decline, and then they can be confirmed by some objective tests. There are scores for that where you can know that, okay, you're cognitive, you're fitting into this category of decline. So that is my input about the cognition reserve and what is cognitive decline.
Yeah. And this statement has been taken from this Nature's magazine, in which they say that age-related impairments in reasoning, memory, and processing speed. And they have written age-related, but now neuroscience has proved that not only age-related, but as per your lifestyle, as per n number of factors, like Dr. Shital shared just now, this can happen, and it can arise during adulthood only. But progress into, so manifestation can be later, but it can start happening early. So you can just observe yourself how it is going, like if you feel overwhelmed or if you feel anxious, or sometimes you become more impulsive, then, we need to do something about it. So I have just shared this in this pictorial form so that you remember this. When you start forgetting appointment and dates, losing sense of direction, or forgetting recent conversation and events, or having hard time to understand instructions and directions, you feel anxious, you become more impulsive. If you are going to organize some task, then you just tend to lose it. You feel overwhelmed when you are making decisions and plans. And then some symptoms of anxiety. Depression is a big word. It may not be there, but you can feel stressed, become more irritable, like that. So here I have shared one factor of sleep. Like there are many factors which are responsible to this decline. So this is one factor, and this will tell you how impactful it is, the sleep part. Even if you don't sleep for a day, you can see that this is a scan on this scan on left side shows brain activity during cognitive tests after a normal night's sleep compared with sleep deprived brain. This is only for one night. So if you don't sleep well, even on one night, this is the brain scan, and it shows, neuroscientific studies show that average reaction time increases from 0.25 seconds to 3, 4, 5, or 6 seconds, which is, which gives us possibility to miss 10 times as many signals in our visual field. So that is the impact of one factor, and like that there are many factors which are responsible for it. So it's very important for us to understand these factors, so that we can be careful in our day-to-day lifestyle, so that we are more healthy from this perspective. So Dr. Shital, we would request you to share with us what all factors are there, and then how can we take care of ourselves.
So when we talk about factors affecting our cognitive health, it comes under the umbrella of three main factors. The first one is genetic, like it's a non-modifiable one, right? But the other two, the lifestyle and the environment, definitely are modifiable factors. As I already talked about, again, here there are factors which will impair your cognitive health and some factors will improve your cognitive health. So let us first talk about the factors which will improve your cognitive health, like your level of education. If you're well educated, if you are well occupied, you have a complex occupation, if you have an active lifestyle physically, as well as you are socially engaging, right? You are communicating with people, you are mixing with people. So all these factors, they have a positive impact, like you have a healthy diet. So all these are the positive factors. Talking about the negative factors is just the opposite of this. If you are not having a good education, if you're not having a physically active lifestyle, a sedentary lifestyle, there's obesity, you have alcohol or drug abuse, you don't have a proper diet and nutrition, if you are socially isolated. So all these factors, inadequate sleep again. So all these factors have a significant negative impact on our cognition. So having said that, yes, we can modify this environmental and risk factors. It's still not late. We can modify this and definitely improve our cognitive reserve and then prevent the age-related cognitive decline, which can. So definitely there are guidelines given by the World Health Organization in the year 2019, which addresses all these positive factors which I have mentioned, and even the Restart program incorporates all these measures which can be taken to improve our cognitive health. Sister Sylvie will be sharing in the later half of the session. So let us now look at the main factors, the main steps which we can take to improve our cognitive health. From this, we can extrapolate and talk about a few main steps which we can take to improve our cognitive health. So what is the first in that? I think it's important to have regular physical activity. So regular physical activity is not only important for your physical fitness, but also for your brain health. And there are numerous studies which have shown that this physical activity improves your neural connections as well as can lead to the generation of new neurons. It can also release certain happy hormones which can improve your mood and well-being. And again, it will also have a positive impact on your heart health. So what is good for the heart is good for the brain also. And what is the recommendation is around 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical exercises advocated per week, which means you can do brisk walking, running, swimming. So all this are included in your moderate intensity aerobic exercises. So that was about the physical activity. The second most important step is having a healthy diet. So usually the recommended diet is for the cognitive health is the Mediterranean diet. And what it includes is, it is a consumption of healthy fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes, and fish and olive oil. So this is a diet which is low in saturated fats, low in sugar, low in salt, and also low in trans fatty acids. So this is the recommendation because this diet is rich in antioxidants and your omega-3 fatty acids, which are helpful for your brain to repair and regenerate. The third most important step, and I think Dr. Sisters will be already highlighted about it, is sleep. Having a good quality, consistent sleep is very, very important because sleep is not only a period of rest where your body is resting, but the brain is working. And there are numerous functions happening during sleep. You cannot imagine it. And if we talk about specifically related to your cognitive health, one important function which happens during sleep is consolidation of memory. So what you have learned during the day, it gets consolidated. That's very important. And the second important thing which happens during sleep is removal of the toxic waste. Now, in our body, there's a lymphatic system which removes these toxins, but the brain doesn't have a lymphatic system. So what happens is there's a fluid called the cerebrospinal fluid, which is surrounding this brain cells. And that fluid helps to remove all the toxins from the cells. And these toxins, what are these toxins? Some of them are the beta amyloid proteins, and they can lead to neurodegenerative disorders like dementia and Alzheimer's. So it's very, very important to have a good quality sleep so that you get rid of these toxins. Again, the quality of sleep is important, but at the same time, quantity of sleep also is important. And in fact, the CDC as well as the American Academy of Pediatrics has given a nice chart of how many hours of sleep are required according to the age group. So if we know that as neonates, the baby who is less than 1 month old sleeps most of the time, but then as the age increases, the duration gets shorter. If we talk about adults, the required sleep is at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So this is what is the quantity and the quality of sleep. Both matters. And just to talk a little bit more about sleep, it's also important to have a good bedtime routine. Like especially when you talk about the screens today. So what happens is if you are having an exposure to screen before bedtime, this screen interferes with the release of a hormone, melatonin. And this hormone is important to induce sleep. So it will interfere with your sleep pattern. Also, you should have a bedtime routine of either performing relaxation, offering bedtime prayers, listening to music, or if listening to stories with children. So this is a bedtime routine. And develop a circadian rhythm. Follow the circadian rhythm of your body. It's sleeping at the same time and waking up at the same time. That's what the biological clock is about. Sleep is a very, very important factor which can affect not only your cognitive health, but also your overall health. So if you see, all these are lifestyle measures, your diet, your physical activity, sleep. The next in line is your cognitive training, and I think where the Restart program offers a lot of opportunities, that is to train your brain, keeping your brain active, challenging your brain by different exercises, by solving puzzles, by learning a new language, by learning a new skill. So what happens with this? You are strengthening the neuronal connections, and even you are increasing neurogenesis, which is the development of new neurons. So cognitive training is one very important element. But another important step is stress reduction. And I think all of us at one stage or the other experience stress in our lives. So stress, exactly how does it affect the cognitive health? Like it tends to produce an hormone. This is about chronic stress. Like if you are exposed to a period of chronic stress, it will increase the release of the hormone cortisol. And there's an axis in our body, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which is responsible for your fight or the flight response. So this axis is permanently in a state of activation. So you're always in a state of anxiety and stress. The second, what it has been shown that sleep also can produce certain chemicals which can cause your stress, also can cause some neurodegenerative changes by release of certain chemicals in the body. So this is how stress can affect our system, and that's why it's very, very important to reduce stress. Again, what are the methods? You live your life to the fullest, right? You do what you enjoy. If you like dancing, you like music, you can calm yourself by relaxation, by meditation. So I would like to talk a little bit more about meditation also here. In meditation, there are numerous studies which have shown that meditation plays a very, very important role in improving your overall health and wellness. But at the same time, if I talk specifically about cognitive health, there are some wonderful studies done, like how meditation can improve your cognitive health. So it's not only modifying the function of the brain, but also the structure of the brain. So there were studies done which showed that they did the MRI scans of the people who were meditating versus those who were not meditating. And what they found was that the prefrontal cortex, remember the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for the higher cognitive and executive functions. So the thickness of that was significantly increased in the meditators compared to the non-meditators. So this was about the cognitive function. And even the same study showed that the areas of the brain, the amygdala and the hippocampus, which are related to your emotional regulation and your memory. So these areas of the brain also, the cortical thickness increased. So this shows that it can cause even significant improvement in the structure. Again, with meditation, you have many positive benefits of empathy, right? And this again can trigger the release of happy hormones, which can improve your overall well-being, right? So this is how meditation has been shown to have a positive impact on your cognition and your overall well-being. There are numerous studies, I think you can search also, but since we are talking about cognitive health, I thought I would like to highlight the role of meditation in improving our cognitive health. The other factors, the other steps which we need to take are related to the diseases, like, as I said already, that diabetes, hypertension, and cholesterol, right? Those are the bad indicators, and we need to control them. We need to have a good control of blood pressure and our blood sugars and even the cholesterol levels, because this will not only impact your heart health, but also it will have an impact on your brain health. And as I said, the negative factors for your cognitive health were tobacco and alcohol abuse. So we need to abstain from the use of tobacco and alcohol. So this was in a nutshell all the steps to improve the cognitive health. And I think Sister Survi will be sharing now the Restart program, which highlights each and every aspect in a wonderful way.
Thank you, Dr. Shital. Yes, it's important to, follow all these things so that we remain healthy and independently working and very efficient and productive. So yes, we can understand about Restart program, like we have already shared with you the WHO guidelines, in which you see that, apart from all these things, they also suggest that cognitive interventions like cognitive training can help you with this. And this is where Restart program of Brighter Minds, which is program for adults, that come into place. We are into this multimodal cognitive training. So what all is being done in this Restart program, I will be sharing in a very brief way, so that we have more time to listen to Dr. Mamta, Mr. Amit Kumar, and Colonel Sudhir, and they have already gone through the program, and they can share their perspective as participants. How did they feel and what benefit they have experienced? So I'll just take you through this quick thing. So this Restart program for adults, which is Brighter Minds program for adults, this is basically on the concept of improving your cognitive reserve, as Dr. Shital shared with you, that cognitive reserve is like bank balance. If you have good bank balance and you keep on spending money, you don't need to worry because your bank balance is good. But suppose you have not saved money, then what will happen? How will you spend, right? So same is the phenomena in brain. So in brain, in neuroscience, brain is also same way. Suppose you have taken good cognitive reserve, then even if it is being impacted, and it is impacted because of n number of factors, many known to us, many unknown to us. Even we were discussing, me and Dr. Shital, and we realized that even this mobile phone, because electromagnetic radiation is all around us, after this COVID scenario, many people shared with us about brain fog. You can go through one blog also on our website on brain fog. So there are many factors which are affecting that, impacting that. So now, how to take care of ourselves? So through this multimodal cognitive training program, this cognitive training program is called multimodal because it includes many interventions from different domains, so that it helps you in your overall neural activity, overall development of new neural pathways, whatever neural pathways have become dormant, how to bring them to active condition, how to work on your overall cognitive health so that you get that benefit. So this is investment on your own cognitive health. What are the interventions? Interventions are like from many dimensions, like sleep. So all of us know that sleep is important, and if we go through neuroscientific studies, we understand that how many hours, what is the quality of sleep, but what is the practical solution of it? Suppose I'm not able to sleep, so what should I do, right? If I'm not getting that sufficient sleep or quality of sleep, there are 4 to 5 cycles. In every cycle of the sleep, in third stage, our mind should go to delta stage. But suppose I sleep with very active mind, lot of things in my mind, 10 pending things, 12 pending things, I will not be able to go to delta stage. So what is the help? I mean, where is the help that I need, right? So Restart program, plays this role here. It gives you those interventions which help you to sleep better. It gives you those exercises which are very important for your brain. Nutrition, all of us know that we should have this nutritious food, but what is the nutrition required from brain's perspective? What you should have to keep your brain healthy? That basically is covered in Restart program. How to have new creative tasks, how to do this novel exercises, how to take those challenges so that our brain's neural pathways are worked on, but at the same time there is no stress. So how to take it in an optimal way. And also how to do many puzzle solving. Some part of it is also in group activities. Like in group activities, we keep on working on various skills, because social engagement, social interaction is very important part of our cognitive health. And then how to do that. There is one more part in Brighter Minds program for adults, which is known as music part. And this is a beautiful part, because through this music, this is not some normal music that we give you, but this is very important alpha theta signature music app, which is given, through which many skills are worked on. Because in neuroscientific studies, if you go through, they share with us that if our mind is in alpha state, a theta state, then our neural functions, they are maximized, they are optimized. So that is where our skills improve. So how to bring that condition of mind practically, so that all your abilities are maximized. So that particular music part is alpha music part, signature music part, which helps you to improve those abilities. So all these parts are covered in a very beautiful way. These exercises are not normal exercises, but brain exercises. So everything that is shared over here is from brain's perspective. In this Restart program, we provide that support to you. And this is practical support, like heartfulness techniques are practical techniques, experiential techniques. Like that, Brighter Minds techniques are also practical and experiential. You work on yourself and see the change. That is the point. So with this, I would like to invite Dr. Mamta, Colonel Sudhir, and Mr. Amit Kumar for this panel discussion to, let us know what is their experience, what input they want to, share with us. How was their journey of Brighter Minds for Adults program that they have done? Over to you, Dr. Mamta, Mr. Amit, and Colonel Sudhir.
Do I take the lead?
Please do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Loud
Okay,
and
okay.
clear.
Firstly, grateful to Sister Survi and Suraj Bhaiya for introducing something which was so badly required for people like us. Us, when I say everyone is busy, everyone is stressed out in their profession. We have a different level of stress and multitasking, which as a youngster I used to consider my forte. I found myself, struggling to cope up with this one particular factor of multitasking. I found a tremendous improvement in this aspect. I am overloaded now, but I still have time to do things which probably I could not have done otherwise. This is a major impact which I found in my uh, after doing the course and during the course. And there were some amazing things which I could never imagine, like recognizing a color by sensory substitution was something which made me almost happy like a child. If I was able to hit 8 rights in 10 attempts, that was some confidence level building activity. And obviously, it is not limited to only recognition of those colors with closed eyes, but probably it has other deep down somewhere other effects also. Maybe intuitive ability, which we talk about, but it can only be felt. The the result can only be felt. I also found one very striking change since I'm a heartfulness meditator and a trainer. Um, the quality of meditation, there was a quantum leap. How, why, I have not gone into the details. The factors could be many, but one common factor was this happened after I finished the restart program. We talked about novelty. I always wanted to try out few new musical instruments and all, and it helped me. It helped me, and I'm still trying other instruments. Routine regulation, there has been a marked improvement, but I consider this to be a work in progress. Much happier, and the one of the result is relationships got better. The factors could be many, but yeah, I attribute this restart program also in a major way. These are few of the things which I thought I must share truthfully. Yes, it's been a wonderful experience, and not regularly, but still I'm doing those exercises. I'm hooked on to that music, which I found was instrumental in getting things done internally. What Dr. Shital has talked about, I may not understand quite a few terms, but yes, internally I could feel those terms coming alive. Thank you for that. I'm grateful once again.
Thank you, Colonel Sudhir Singh ji, and thank you for taking your precious time out of your busy schedule. Thank you so much for sharing your inputs. And we are curious to listen from Mr. Amit Kumar and Dr. Mamta as well. Mr. Amit Kumar is youth, and like he is in TCS, like most of the IT professionals, he remains very busy. And, but even then he could spare some time and he's with us. Thank you, Amitji. Over to you.
Thank you, sister. So, sister said I'm youth, but I'm not. I'm in my 40s, and
Right.
yeah, people who are in 40s and 50s, they start feeling that their cognitive ability has declined somehow or the other. We don't feel the way we used to feel when we were young. So actually, I joined this program because I had a sleep disorder. My quality of sleep was not good, and this was affecting my personal life. I was always irritable, and I wanted some kind of solution which was not. I mean, you have all kind of text and information out on internet, but then somehow everything doesn't work. And since I was working a corporate, working on shift, catering to Western clients, I mean, my sleeping pattern was not good. But then, as soon as I joined the program, I realized that such program is not available, at least to my knowledge, because it is focused basically on the cognitive ability. It talks about cognitive reserve. It talks about brain, that sister said, that we never think about our brain. We do think about our health, we do think about our lifestyle, but we never think about our brain, and the decline that we have due to the age. Aging is something we cannot stop, but then we can obviously put some break on our obviously cognitive reserve, the terminology that we have been using in this webinar. Uh, Post the program, uh, I mean, before marriage, before, I mean, when I was young, I used to read a lot. I used to play a lot of music, and used to venture a lot. But I mean, as we move in our life, our responsibility increases. You have kids, and you have to do so many things and all. And then gradually, you start aging also, and then you stop having confidence in many areas that you don't touch. Like I don't read the way I used to read. Uh, and then I used to play a lot of musical instruments, which I stopped completely. Now, post that, my post post this post doing this program, I am able to manage my sleep disorder well. I could read books now. I mean, currently I'm reading this book, which is 1,000 page, uh, which which I couldn't imagine before doing before doing writer mind, because I was always in a lookout of having lot of time, lot of spare time, which practically not. I mean, I won't be able to get due to my family engagement and office engagements as well. I could venture playing notes, which I couldn't imagine. I'm playing a lot of guitar licks now, which I couldn't do. And then obviously I have pushed boundaries. I mean, efficiency has increased, so has productivity. And I'm very thankful that I mean, my family bond has increased too. I'm very close to my daughters now. I could communicate. I mean, earlier I used to think that I was very close, but then now I realize that I was not. uh, I could talk to them. I mean, I could share many things that earlier I was not able to do. So I'm very thankful for. I mean, I'm very thankful that I was able to do this program. Very thankful to Survi sister, Brighter Minds, Suraj Bhaiya. Somehow, actually, I got communication from them rather than I was looking around where to get help. And I would say, I mean, this is for everyone. I mean, uh, considering the fact that we are living in an age where we cannot avoid technology, we cannot avoid pressure, we cannot avoid, different. We need to work on circadian rhythm also, as Dr. Shital was saying, which is very important. And these are the area where we don't focus. So I would say thank you. I have too many things to speak, but then, yeah. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Brighter Minds. Thank you, Saraj Bhaiya.
Thank you, Amitji. Thank you so much for sharing your inputs and joining us in this webinar. Let's listen to Dr. Mamta, what she has to say.
Yes, sister. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. I'm really thankful to Restart program and to you personally to introduce me to this Brighter Mind Restart program. We never knew such things exist, but I was a bit reluctant to join because of my busy schedule and the age, and I did not know what exactly it is. The first day was very, very interesting, and we thought, oh my God, this is something everyone should know. I'm 66, retired pathologist, and a grandmother of 2 young daughters, grandchildren. But I never thought that I'm missing out on anything. After joining this Restart program, all the activities which I used to do in my childhood or maybe in my young age, I never thought that I can do it again. But after joining this, and like how Colonel Sudhir also shared, recognition of the color without seeing and closing eyes was such an amazing experience. And then doing things like solving problems, though they were small problems, the books which we were given to, we went back into our childhood, which was really, really refreshing. Though it was just once a week program, we would look forward. Initially, when I joined 3 hours altogether, how to remove 3 hours was a big challenge. But once we started, it was so much interesting. And those 3 hours were rather less and very, very important because the music helped us to do our activities in a really good way. And that music has helped in so many other activities too. My family members also were amazed. I never used to take any much interest in like day-to-day technical support I used to take from my daughters or my grandchildren or something like that, which I thought I can do it. Why can't I do it? And I started learning it. And when I started learning it, I thought, oh my God, I can do it. So that was the thing which connected me to my grandchildren and my daughters and the young people. So very important is to learn whatever you can't think that I can, we must try. And every day learning new thing is helping me particularly. And I think of my age or maybe even elder or maybe even younger. If you do this every day, you feel fresh. Your ability to do things increases, which I have experienced. And like how Amit ji also shared, my sleep pattern also has improved a lot. I would give that maybe credit to heartfulness meditation. Meditation has helped me tremendously. And as Dr. Shital shared about the diseases in my field, I have learned and I've read also that heart diseases and kidney failures and all those liver diseases were on peak before 10 years. But recently now, dementia and forgetfulness and all those diseases are now on the surface, and they are more to be heard, which we never thought that they are diseases too. But now they are increasing in numbers just because, like there's a saying, You use it or you lose it, because we don't use our neurons. You started losing them. The digital things on mobile phones, we don't even remember our own spouse's numbers. So many people have heard. It's not I do have good memories thanks to even Restart or maybe whatever God gave. I do remember more than 50 numbers by heart, but nowadays I've heard even from younger people, they don't even remember, because this cell phone has everything in it. And then you have Google. You don't read, you don't think, you don't have to do anything. Just Google it and things are ready for you. So thank you very much for this Restart program. And it has given tremendous zeal to the life. And because of me, my grandchildren have started, which my daughter was not ready to accept, that what they teach, why is it so important? But when they saw the change, both of them have enrolled and they're enjoying. Thank you, Surbiji. Thank you very much. And I really, really recommend whoever is present here must at least go through what it is. And if you find it is important, you all must do it to preserve our own health, like how we do for our physical health, what is being seen. Brain health is equally important. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mamta. Thank you so much. And it's really, delighting for me to listen from you all that it's really, changing things for you. And it's really a big satisfaction for us, for me and Swaraj. And I guess Swaraj would be listening to it and he would be also very, very happy, because this is our whole objective of the life. If even if one person benefits, we are, our job is done. So thank you so much. So with permission of all, I would request admin to just play a few, things from Amit Bhai, because he shared that he has, he has been interested in music, and through this program, he has explored his talent. So let's listen to him. Its voice is not coming. Request admin to please share voice as well.
तुझ संग बैर लगाया ऐसा, तुझ संग बैर लगाया ऐसा, रहा न मैं फिर अपने जैसा, हो रहा न मैं फिर अपने तेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम, तेरा नाम, मेरा नाम इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये बर इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, 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 इश्क।
Good.
Nice one, Amit Bhai. So he told us that he was learning, but I see some expertise as well.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you so much, Edwin, for playing it for us. And thank you, Dr. Mamta, Colonel Sudhir, Amit ji, and Dr. Shital for sharing your views and very important inputs. And we are on the last leg. Before I open this forum for question and answer, just quick one. Restart program is total for 15 hours of program, which is divided into 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours long, like Dr. Mamta was suggesting. So it is all 5 sessions. And there is, if you want to, include those sensory training things as well, observation and sensory training part, we include 4 more sessions, which are 3 hours each. So then that becomes 9 hours, 9 sessions of 3 hours each, that is 27 hours. And you can visit our website to know more about this program. And Brighter Minds is a part of Heartfulness. So you will get, about Brighter Minds from Heartfulness website as well. So if someone logs into Heartfulness website, you will get information about Brighter Minds. But detailed information is available on Brighter Minds website. And when you enroll, you get this kit, the backpack, this workbook, and these few things. One signature music app, which I already told you about, the Alpha Theta signature music therapy that you get. And some extra things also are given by us to you. That is 4 extra sessions of observation and sensory training, plus 1 hour of brain anatomy, and then we understand, and few practice sessions also, like in between the sessions, we keep 1 hour of practice session. That is additional support from our side for your benefit. And in case of any query, you can write to us at swa.raj@brighterminds.org, or you can reach out to this number. You can take screenshot 9175111142. And if you are interested to know more about this, you can send message in this chat box as well, and Edwin will take care about your this queries and concerns. So thank you so much. And I open this forum for question and answer now. If you have any questions, like Dr. Sudhir was also sharing that couple of things he could not get because it was, a medical term. So if you have any query, any questions related to this program or related to cognitive health, please feel free to ask. You can write your answer, you can write your question to the chat box, or you can ask us anyway. Yeah, so Mr. Naveen Mahajan is asking, mode is online or offline? So mode is online, and please share your number and mail ID so that admin can send you details about dates and all. Yes, Harish ji is asking, is the training chargeable? Yes, so 95% offerings in Heartfulness are sponsored by Heartfulness Institute itself, and we volunteer for it. But 5% offerings, Heartfulness has bouquet of offerings, so few offerings like Brighter Minds, like Kaushlam, like yoga teachers training, we charge in that, but you will find the value of your, whatever you pay. And yeah, I think this is all the question. And yes, if you are interested to know more about it, you can send us message, your number, your mail ID. We will be connecting back with you and then sending you all the details that you require. Any question related to what Dr. Shital shared, what Mr. Amit, Colonel Sudhir, or Dr. Mamta shared, or what I told you about restart, you can ask. Is it offered in US time? Surikha ji is asking. Yes, it is. And where can I find timing of start date? So Surikha ji, please share your number. Our team will get in touch with you and give you all the details. T. Rajgopalan ji is asking, is there a program available for age 20 to 25? So they don't need to do restart, but they can do alpha program for Brighter Minds. So you can connect with us. Please share your number, T. Rajgopalan ji, and we will share about this alpha program. We will discuss with you. So Thank you so much. Brighter Minds is available in more than 15 countries, and Heartfulness is available in more than 160 countries. Like Dr. Shital shared that meditation helps us in improving our cognitive health. You can have a Hearts app by Heartfulness. It's a free app, very easy, and it goes as per your pace. You can meditate as per your pace. Like it's very easy to order pizza, right? It's very easy to meditate now with Heartfulness. You can download that app. The name of the app is Hearts app, and you can meditate as per your pace. You can send message to us. We can also schedule your one-on-one sessions with trainer, and these are guided sessions, very beautiful sessions, and simple and very impactful. So you can yes, most welcome to we welcome you all to please experience this Heartfulness meditation if you have not experienced up to now. It's a wonderful technique, and I have been meditating with Heartfulness for last 25 years, and believe me, I whatever I am today, this is because of Heartfulness only, right? So wonderful, beautiful practical techniques and experiential techniques. You yourself will experience whatever is being told to you. So Meenakshi ji is saying, I wish to have details. Please leave your number and mail ID, Meenakshi ji. Will connect back with you. Does Ayurvedic medicine work for improvement of cognitive health? Dr. Shital, question for you. Sita ji is asking, does Ayurvedic medicine work for improvement of cognitive health?
Sorry to say, I'm not an expert in Ayurvedic medicine. So I practice allopathy. So I will be unable to answer that question, that does Ayurvedic medicine work in that. I think if Dr. Mamta would like to add on that, but I'm frankly speaking, I'm not aware of Ayurvedic.
She is also from allopathic field only.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so no worries. We have people from Ayurvedic field. I noted your question, Sita ji, and yes, maybe we will connect back with you. Surekha ji is saying, I am Ayurvedic practitioner. Okay. All right. Manjari ji is asking your official website. Surekha ji is saying Ayurveda does helps a lot. Okay. Thank you for this information then. Okay, so I think our questions are done. Anything that you want to know, please put on the chat box and we'll connect back to you. And thank you everyone for joining. And I know it's late in night, and in India and in US also it's Saturday morning. So you might be very busy, but thank you so much for taking your precious time out. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Shital, Dr. Mamta, Colonel Sudhir, and Amit ji. And our lovely audience, thank you. And we'll connect back to you again. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Surbhi ji.
Thank you, Mamta ji, for joining.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Thanks.
We relived those our sessions.
No, you got to give us a